Through the trip, I have to say the thing that the Lord really taught me was to hear his voice, because I thought that I knew it, which I mean I did, but it can also be clouded with questioning and, really doubting if that was really him or if that's you.
A lot of us had this picture that we were going to go in and these crazy, big demonstrative healings were going to happen, or, I say somebody's head was going to grow back in the middle of the street, but the reality was you saw peace just sweep over someone, or you saw their eyes shift, somebody who was demonized, or you saw just the joy come over them and they were angry, bitter when you walked in, and that's the kingdom.
In the Masai tribe, the first night we watched a Jesus film, and Pastor Steve came up to me and he's like, yo, you're gonna be doing an altar call after this. And I was like, okay. The Spirit just unified us so we could do his work, and that was awesome.
The gospel can be preached without even speaking their language, because the eyes are the window to their souls.
Just to take in what God tells you, because it's not always for you, and it's not always weird. What he speaks to you is always for other people. Just listening to God's voice is a success in itself.
The land is beautiful, but it doesn't compare to the people we met. And I just felt such a joy and such a love being around the people there and getting to know them and to understand the culture as I could. Just this acceptance and love to his people, no matter where they are. I just really felt God impressing that upon my heart.
I feel like God used me spiritually in ways that I never thought could happen to me, and I also feel like it was a way to push me in the season that I'm in.
Something that he just really was pushing me to do when we were there was just don't let your emotions or fear or anything you think you may feel or that how they're gonna react, don't let that stop you from showing God's genuine love.
To see a difference in just who she was as a person and how God had been moving in her was just awesome.
As a whole, it really broke my identity of who I am and what I thought it was my identity.
In that moment of trust, you may not be able to figure out exactly what he wants to do in the future, but you know exactly what he wants to do at that moment, and just trust in that moment that he's given you. And that was I think that was the biggest part of encouragement for me, was just trust him in the moment, because he's still got the plan ahead and he knows everything in the plan.
One of my favorite things was just seeing the way the Lord spoke to specifically show each and every person that we came in contact with how much he saw them, how much he cared and how much he just sees their circumstances. It was incredible, because all the stories you've heard, but whether it's through a dream or a vision months before, or even when we're there, God's speaking and he just leads us to the craziest places and the most insane people, just for the fact to say, hey, I see you and I love you and I care.
Lord, that you would lift this burden that she's been carrying her daughter. Lord, that you would strengthen her body for the work that you called her to, Father. That she would be a rock for her people.
How beautiful are the feet of those who bring good news.
Sisi Ni Moja. We are one.